Hey Bears Nation, this is breaking, this is fresh, and it changes how we talk about Chicago's backfield from tonight on. I'm laying out what shifted inside Hollis Hall after the bye, what the tape really showed, and what the front office is now modeling for the next 4 weeks. I'll walk you through the on-field tweaks, the roster math, and the ripple effect on Caleb Williams before we hit the headline that everyone's chasing. Stick with me, because the real twist only lands when the dots connect. Here's the promise. I'll show why the run game suddenly looked alive, how that aligns with what head coach Ben Johnson has been preaching about patience and cohesion, what that means for the front office board, and which scenarios become real if the phone rings before the deadline. No fluff, just football, context, and consequences. You're watching Bears News Fan Report, and I'm here every week with direct, no-nonsense breakdowns built for fans who want the truth without the noise. If you ride with this kind of coverage, tap in and stay close, because the next month decides who we are in December. Let's set the field. Monday night was a one-point grind that demanded grown man football. The offensive line finally played in phase combos with timing, second-level fits that didn't whiff, and a clear commitment to stress Washington horizontally before punching vertically. That's not magic. That's reps and trust. You could feel it snap to snap. Fewer dead-on-arrival runs. More plays with a real chance to breathe. From the sideline view, one thing stood out. The staff-built run looks that married to the pass. Motion wasn't decoration. It was a lever. The edges had to hesitate, which buys lanes. That matters for a young quarterback like Caleb Williams. The more you make a defense declare pre-snap, the easier it is to drive the ball on time. This is identity work, not a one-off trick. And then there's Dandre Swift. He didn't just hit the hole, he set defenders up. Pace, press, cut. He stacked explosive touches, turned checkdowns into chunk gains, and reminded everybody why defenses hate tackling a back who can run through arm contact and erase angles in space. On the sheet, he finished with the kind of all-purpose night that forces you to reopen old arguments. When a back gives you that blend of vision, burst, and receiving threat, your playbook widens in real time. That performance puts the front office in a very specific bind. Before the bye, the board had multiple backfield paths. Go shopping for a headline name and burn capital. Or ride the room and push draft assets toward premium needs where the return on investment is historically higher. Nights like that, tilt the table toward patience, use the picks to upgrade spots that swing games in January. And let the run game compound as the line gels. But we've all watched this league long enough to know one game is not a forecast. Consistency and availability are the currency. Swift's career profile says efficient, explosive in spurts, and you can't build a weekly plan on wishful thinking. That's the honest caution. The staff knows it, the locker room knows it, and the personnel people respect it. A surge is a signal. It isn't a guarantee. Now comes the sound you can't hear on TV, the whisper mill. When a player flashes like that after weeks of speculation, his value spikes. League desks notice. Contenders with banged-up rooms notice. Teams trying to solve red zone issues without overhauling protection notice. This is where General Manager Ryan Poles earns his paycheck. He doesn't have to move. He does have to listen. The smart play is to force other teams to declare their desperation while you keep stacking answers on your own offense. All right, here's the moment. The headline inside the building this week is simple and seismic. The Bears are modeling scenarios where Dandre Swift is out, not benched. Out of the building, if and only if the right offer hits the phone before the deadline. This isn't a done deal, and it isn't a fire sale. It's a controlled, leverage-driven fork in the road that the front office will be negligent not to explore after his value just popped. Let me be crystal clear on terms. This is not about bailing on the run game. It's about optionality. If a contender dials with a package that materially accelerates to Caleb Williams, timeline think day 2 draft ammunition paired with either a cost-controlled defender or alignment with our 2026 cap window, you take that call seriously. If not, you hang up, feed Swift, and weaponize what he does best, while Kyle Monangai and Roshan Johnson keep carving roles that fit the install. Both paths can be winning football. Only one path is right for this roster at this exact moment. Scheme-wise, you can see the logic either way. Keep Swift, and you lean into more duo and counter with built-in glance throws. Use his receiving gravity to pull hook defenders out of windows. And steal easy yards with swing screens that function like extended handoffs. Move Swift and you pivot to a two-back identity built on reliability and body blows. Trust in the line to make 3 become 5 and 5 become 8 while you spend your newfound capital on another trench piece or a difference maker at corner. Neither plan is fantasy. Both are coherent. There's also the calendar. The deadline doesn't care about your feelings, and every week that passes is one fewer week for a new piece to acclimate. If you do anything, you do it fast, and you do it because it measurably improves January football. That's the filter. No exceptions. The wrong move wastes a season. The right move multiplies the value of your quarterback's development curve. I'll bring you to the locker room tone, because it matters. The vibe after the win was steady, not loud. Veterans liked the physicality. Young guys were locked in on corrections. Coaches framed it as proof of concept, not a parade. That tells me the staff believes the run game can travel if the details hold. It also tells me they won't chase headlines just to say they were active. Discipline is the watchword. Now I need you in this with me. If a contender offers a second rounder and a late round sweetener for DeAndre Swift, do you take it? Or do you ride the hot hand and push picks into edge or corner? If the offer is a player swap, say, a rotational pass rusher who becomes a starter here, does that change your calculus? Drop your trade packages, your position priorities, and your keep or deal verdicts in the comments. Be specific. Tell me what moves you think make Caleb Williams' life easier in December. Not just what sounds exciting today. My read. On balance, you listen hard, you set a high price, and you don't blink. If the return clearly accelerates the build draft power plus a piece that plays 40 snaps in a playoff-style game, you consider it. If it's anything less, you keep DeAndre Swift, you feed the man, and you let this line keep writing checks on the ground while the passing game layers in confidence. That's the sober path. That's how you grow a team, not just a highlight reel. Bears Nation, I'm in the comments tonight. Tell me your package, tell me your timeline, and tell me where you want those premium assets to land. Edge? Corner? Another interior bully? I'll pin the smartest plan and break it down in the next video. If you value fast, clear updates, and deep, practical analysis from a fan who bleeds navy and orange, hit subscribe, like this video, and keep your notifications on. This feed moves with the team, and I'll be here the second the phone rings.